Microsoft is buying TikTok? Should we be buying Microsoft shares now? TikTok has been all over the news lately, and this morning I woke up to these updates. I saw on the Business Insider, Markets Insider, Microsoft adds $77 billion in market value after confirming talks to buy TikTok in the US. And then as I scrolled down, I saw shares of Microsoft rose as much as 5% on Monday after it confirmed on Sunday that it was continuing talks about buying the popular social media platform TikTok in the US. The gains added $77 billion to Microsoft's market capitalization at intraday highs, bringing its social value to more than $1.6 trillion. President Donald Trump said on Friday that he would order ByteDance, TikTok's Chinese parent company, to sell its U.S. operations. And then Microsoft added as much as $77 billion in market value on Monday after it confirmed on Sunday that it was continuing talks about buying the popular social media platform TikTok in the U.S. Shares of Microsoft rose 5% at intraday highs on Monday, adding billions to the company's already lofty market capitalization. It rose to more than $1.6 trillion. Microsoft said on Sunday that it planned to complete discussions with ByteDance, the platform's parent company, by September 15. It added that the talks would continue following a discussion between Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and President Donald Trump. Trump said on Friday that he would order ByteDance, a Chinese company, to sell its U.S. operations. He later told reporters on Air Force One that he would ban TikTok in the U.S., citing security concerns. Microsoft fully appreciates the importance of addressing the president's concerns, Microsoft said. It is committed to acquiring TikTok subject to a complete security review and providing proper economic benefits to the United States, including the United States Treasury. Shares of Microsoft have gained roughly 35% year to date. If you enjoy finance content, please drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. That is the only way that we can tell YouTube to show this video to more people and help this channel grow. Also share this video with a friend. It may help somebody understand better what is happening behind the scenes with the app they use and like. On top of all that, on the Axios News, I saw the headlines, "A wild weekend from Microsoft Play for TikTok." As I scroll down, while its big tech rivals were testifying in front of a congressional antitrust committee last week, Microsoft was negotiating what could be the largest and most politically perilous tech acquisition of 2020. The state of play, the hullabaloo surrounding Microsoft picking up TikTok, has undergone a flurry of twists and turns over the weekend as both the White House and the tech giant reacted in real time. Here's what happened. Reports emerged that Microsoft was in talks to buy the U.S. operations of TikTok from ByteDance, possibly with ByteDance retaining a minority stake. President Trump said he planned to ban TikTok for still unspecified national security concerns. We reported Saturday morning that Trump had a proposal on his desk whereby Microsoft would buy 100% of TikTok US. White House sources said international factions were still battling out what Trump should do. Trump and Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella spoke yesterday, following which Microsoft issued a fairly detailed statement of the deal parameters. Trump himself hasn't yet commented. That could change any moment. The Reuters reports that he's given ByteDance 45 days to strike a formal agreement. Before continuing, yes, it is abnormal for a U.S. president to dictate the timeline and maybe terms of a U.S. company-led acquisition. It also remains unclear what mechanism Trump planned to use to block TikTok. This is not playing very well on Chinese social media, where Biden's CEO has been accused of betraying his country. It's less about this particular app and more about what this app can be used to leverage in the future, meaning new apps and possibly the collection of more sensitive data. A source familiar with the CFIUS process tells Axios Ashley Gold. What comes next? Negotiation and lots of it. Microsoft and ByteDance have not yet agreed on a price per a source familiar with the situation. Microsoft said in its statement that its plans would be to own and operate TikTok in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Either that list will expand or Microsoft and ByteDance will need to work out content sharing between the Microsoft-owned version of TikTok and whoever ends up owning the rest, particularly places like the UK and Japan. And obviously this would impact price. Microsoft will still need to prove to US regulators and to ByteDance that it can basically re-engineer the TikTok code, since the White House effectively wants new software in addition to a new mailing address. Microsoft also said it may invite other US investors into the deal on a minority basis. Unclear if this would involve letting existing ByteDance backers like General Atlantic roll over their shares, but it does seem to indicate that Microsoft may plan to operate TikTok as an independent entity that can eventually go public on its own. Your wild card, Amazon. I've got no intel on I got no intel Amazon wants to buy TikTok, but I'd be surprised if it's not at least kicking the tires. It's the only other US company with the cash, tech capacity, and lack of obvious antitrust issues that could get it done. Plus, it has an obvious interest in social content, as evidenced by its Twitch purchase, and its involvement could help at least beat up prices for Microsoft. The bottom line, Microsoft's market cap is up around $60 billion in early trading, which means it might have already paid off this deal. So that was the news, and I'm going to tell you my conclusion based on all this and my opinion. I am not a financial advisor. I do own Microsoft shares. I cannot tell you to buy or not to buy Microsoft shares, but with all this information, you can make an educated decision to buy or not to buy. TikTok has been all over the news because Chinese companies have to report back to the Chinese government. So as TikTok acquires user data, basically means that the Chinese government has access to user data. The Chinese government already does not allow YouTube, Google, and Facebook to be used in China. Those platforms are blocked over the Great Firewall. The only way to use those applications once in China is if you are in Hong Kong, Macau, or in Shanghai-specific free trade zone hotels, or if you use a VPN. Other places in China could still manage to go around it by using the VPN, which means Virtual Private Network. A VPN is a way to mask where you are accessing the internet from. China has almost 2 billion people. The planet has about 8 billion people, and YouTube has alone 2 billion users. The Chinese market is a huge market with lots of potential for business. China uses their own version of Google, YouTube, and Facebook. Why can't we make a new version of TikTok and maybe call it something else? Anything that is done and China does not like, China always retaliates back. If TikTok is blocked in the US, maybe China will block US applications in the few places China has not yet blocked, which would basically mean no more YouTube in Hong Kong, Macau, and the few hotels in Shanghai that are free trade zones. A little while back, we were waiting, expecting to see who would be the first $1 trillion company. But now Amazon and Microsoft have already done that, and now we are anxiously waiting to see who will be the first $2 trillion company. Amazon certainly has showed interest in many different market areas, including social media. So while Amazon has not mentioned anything yet, I am sure they are thinking, considering, and studying the possibilities of acquiring TikTok. By Microsoft displaying this interest on acquiring TikTok, their shares have already gone up. Since Microsoft has the cash and the means to do such a thing, these stocks, which already boosted Microsoft shares, have already paid off for Microsoft. Make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have a few other videos coming up. Have a wonderful day.